when you get blown up by a bruiser or something the first couple times, it's cool to say that they're broken, it's a bad matchup, but like if you don't understand your opponent's character, you basically have no business saying what matchups are good or bad. You can definitely say what matchups you are good at and what matchups you're not good at. I've had a million players message me saying my takes on like versus Leo and Soul are fucking cap, but on like if you're not good at it, that's fine, but you can't fucking come at me and say I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about if you haven't studied the enemy character. At least studied the enemy character and studied your character. If you're just saying this because you fucking lose to Soul because you're a new melee player and you're fucking salty and you just want him to get nerfed so it's easy for you, then you could go fuck off telling me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. I don't want to fucking play Potemkin. I'm literally going back to look at my L's from this tournament to check these knockdown things so I could know when I can pick escape and I'm definitely safe, and when I have to guess, because that's gonna help me because we all know that she has
I'm sure you've seen that clip before. I posted that LK clip recently, and I think it's time to talk about some Guilty Gear and how to get good at Guilty Gear. So this is for all the people that struggle in tournaments, all the people that are new to the game. If you're picking the game up 6 months from now when on sale for like 50% off, anything, right? This is how you get good at Guilty Gear. So, bouncing off that LK clip, we're going to talk about all the pieces and how to get good. And then probably at the end, we'll talk about a little bit of matchup stuff. Okay, I know people want to learn about matchup stuff. And if you want to skip anything, I have the video segmented. So just check the timestamps if you want to skip through anything basic. Go right ahead. But let's get started. So let's start off if you're fresh. Say if you're fresh to the game, never played Guilty Gear before, but played fighting games before, of course. So first thing you want to do, you want to go into the lab, pick some characters out. I suggest you pick more than one character, maybe like 2 or 3. And even if you've played the game for a while, if you've only been playing one character, this is a good time to learn other characters. So it's going to help you along the way, especially for matchups. And of course for patches too. If you're a competitive player, you want to have, some characters on the side that, like, let's say your main gets smoked, like Soul or Ram. You want to have some characters that you can kind of like bounce off of and see like, hey, I can main this character if they get good, like Anji or Kai. But yeah, I would suggest you play more than one character on the side just for like a pocket situation, if characters get nerfed or buffed or whatever. Hey, it's Red from the future here. I forgot to mention it in the video. Also, if you are learning characters, it's good to use the hashtags on Twitter and like other resources to kind of steal off of other people's tech, because it's pretty useful. A lot of people play this game right now, so of course you don't know everything about the character, and a lot of people have some pretty good combos and tech and mix-ups and stuff like that you can take off of. So be sure to use Twitter and other stuff like that for the hashtags. Thank you. And it'll help you with matchups later on too. So let's say you pick a couple characters, go play some matches. You want to play some matches first, low key, before you start kind of labbing matchups. You want to fight people because you want to know what you're bad at, what things you're not good against. This also bounces off of a video I've posted before, which is how to review your replays. So if you don't know, the replay section is down here in the collections. If you scroll down the main menu, the link for that video is down below as well if you want to watch. I talk about 3 different things that will help you prepare for matchups and watch your replays and get better at the game. So I won't go into too many description, but it's basically like, making sure your combos are crispy, seeing what things you're losing to, and trying to find answers to it. But one thing I didn't suggest is, like, if you're too busy for replays, if you can't really sit there and watch your replays, as you play matches, I would suggest you writing it down. If you're on PC, use a notepad or whatever, just you kind of like, if you're working, maybe you get out of work, you kind of remember what you lost to. You can do it like that as well. Right? So let's say you got your characters, you know what characters you want to main, or what character you want to main. How do you get to matchups, right? How do you get to the juicy stuff on matchups? So this is going to be probably the biggest portion of the video. Obviously, you go to training mode. Now, let's say you went through everything, right? You went through characters. You went through and played some matches with them. You lost a bunch. You watched some replays. Oh, you wrote stuff down there you're leading to. How do you solve that problem? So let's say Soul versus Soul, right? I recently did in Evernote. If you don't know what Evernote is, it's basically a notepad like website that you can kind of write notes on. Kind of like Google Doc or like Microsoft Word. So I did that for Soul. I'm gonna show you a little bit brief of like what I did after I kind of described some stuff, so you kind of see what I've been talking about, like how to build matchups, and how to solve them. So for example, right, let's use 5K. This sequence, right? This is a pretty obvious sequence for Soul. A lot of Souls do 5K success. So, of course, you have to find for your character. But if you play Soul, here's a little bit of some knowledge, right? So, let's say they do this, right? And I block. This is punishable. If you didn't know, if they do nothing, it's punishable, right? The only weird thing is, right, I don't get a combo from it. So, damn, I can't do 5K success to him. But I can do this. I can do 5K 6H. And I can run up and throw him and do whatever. So, obviously, that's just one answer. Another answer you can do if you're good, you can also IB the success. And you get a better punish. So if you don't IB the success, you can do 5K 6H. But if you IB it with Soul, you can do 5K success and get Banner Revolver and get a full combo, right? But let's say they do Gunflame, right? Oh, they have special moves for it, right? So let's say they do Gunflame. Ah man, I'm too out of range. Maybe if I let's say if I FD it, right? Nah, I'm too far. I can't get a punish. How could I get a punish on this? You get a punish if you IB the success again, right? And I'll show you, for example, that I'm not capping. He's on block. That's a clean punish. The training mode is set to block. It's set to block immediately after, alright? There is no time in between. So it is a punish. If you instant block the success and they do Gunflame, you get a punish. So what if they do this? This is like a situation, right? Well, if I see he does it, I can block and punish him with throw because Bandit Bringer is -2. But let's say if I instant block, he goes over me. Because I'm looking for the Gunflame, right? I'm looking for the Gunflame. I instant block the success and then he jumps over me. Well, use the eyes, use the eyeballs, right? If you instant block the success and he does Bandit Bringer, you can do Far Slash against him and get a punish that way. He side swaps on you. So basically the moral of the story for this situation is, right, you want to IB the success if you can, right? If you IB the success, you have a lot of better punish options available to you. And this is just Soul vs. Soul, right? This is just some basic stuff. I've done it, so I'm going to show you the preview right now, right? This is like, I've kind of broken down the usual scenarios that Soul does and what things beat it, right? But you can do this for any character, right? I know Soul's broken, right? Soul's OD, but any character can do this, right? Using the tools in the game is very important. A lot of people don't explore instant block. A lot of people don't know frame data. And a lot of people don't like kind of study what things a character can do out of it, right? So like I said, right? If you're playing Soul, right? He does 5K 6S Gunflame. He can do 5K 2D. He can do 5K just 6S straight up. He can do Banner Bringer, right? You want to have answers for all of these. And they're all reactable. It's not like I'm trying to like solve 50-50, right? These are things that will happen in the game that you can react to, that you can practice against, right? And of course, things that you might lose to. Let's say you don't lose to 5K, so you lose to this, right? You lose to this situation right here, right? This typical situation. Well, some people don't know. Let's say he does it really fast, and he's spaced out improperly. I can throw him. Far slash is throw. Everyone in the game can do it. Everybody has a 2-frame throw. Just simple little things like that. That's how you build matchup knowledge. You want to have the characters you play, fight the matches, watch the replays, write stuff down, and then hit the lab and just solve the issues, right? Go through different scenarios. What wins and what doesn't with your character. It's simple as that. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's just people, need to stop complaining and just figure it out. The game is pretty balanced. It's a pretty balanced game right now. Of course, this is a vanilla version of the game. I can't predict the future. The recording of this video is pretty much the vanilla version. There hasn't been a balanced patch for characters yet, so I don't know the future. But the game is pretty balanced. There are plenty of things you could do against Soul, plenty of things you could do against Ram, Leo. You just got to figure it out. But yeah, please hit the lab. It's not hard to find solutions. You just got to take the time to kind of figure out what you're losing to and take the time to hit the lab. Hitting the lab is fun. It's fun. You're going to win more if you hit the lab, I promise. So please go do that. It's important to learn. It's important to grow as a player, especially for all fighting games. This works for all fighting games as well. This isn't a Guilty Gear only thing, but it does apply to Guilty Gear a lot because the game is heavily involved with matchups and frame data and stuff like that. It's a very character-driven game, so yeah, go hit the lab.